primary school. I remember the day the KCP results came out when I was a young boy. They announced in church and they told us, I was in Jera Primary School, and they said in church, the results are out, can you go and pick them? And you see, from church to our home, the school was in between. I could not go. I just passed and I went home because I could not just compose myself and to go and take results because it was highly competitive. I wanted to go to a very good school. I wanted to go to St. Mary's Yala. So I was thinking this is going to be a sentence on my future. So when I went there, my brother went and checked and told me, Fred, you know what? Your grade looks like you can go to St. Mary's Yala. That's when I went to check my results. So I'm just looking at this, what they also went through, because I'm sure all of us sitting on this table went through that process. But when you talk about emphasis, students are Marxists. Marxist means Marx is the most important thing. In fact, if you want to know that, Mariambo, do you know the highest bought newspaper is on the day results are released? There is no day newspapers have the highest circulation than that day. It shows that even not Christmas, not even on election day, the day people receive results, if you ask anybody who does newspaper distribution, because I've been in business for a while, I do a lot of training, that's the day that people buy most newspapers. In fact, that day also Safaricom makes a lot of money. People checking their marks and the rest. So it's a very big day. It's a day bigger than Christmas. So you can imagine, if that day for you is not Christmas, what's the opposite, what people are feeling? But allow me just to talk about what is exam integrity. Exam integrity begins with the issue of development of exam. Development means setting of this exam. How is it set? Is it set depending on what these children were going through, what were being taught? Is it according to the curriculum, according to the syllabus? Is it an exam that tests people equally, whereby not some people looking like monkeys, while others looking like fish, others looking at elephant, yet people should be climbing a tree as an exam? Because sometimes you might find that some people are doing an exam that they are completely unprepared depending on their circumstances. So development. The second part is the issue of preparation of the pupils. How prepared are they in a way that makes them ready for the exam, that tests them in a way that there's no discrimination? And the third one is about the administration of exam itself, now the actual sitting of exam. How is it administered in a way that some people didn't start late, and everybody got equal amount of time, equal amount of, let's say, chance of success? Then from administration, now we go to the issue of marking. Are they marked with integrity? Are they marked according to the way they were set, because they are marking scheme and the rest? And of course, lastly, is the release of the results. Because sometimes you can find that all that has happened well, but when you are coming to release, the grades that that number A gets was given to number B, and number C gets the ones for number D. So if you look at all that process, defines exactly how things should be done. So exam integrity is not just about the fact that cheating and the rest. Is about how is it that exam can actually tell who was better at what. And then lastly, CBC is not being seen on this day of exam because it's about the intellectual, that is the mind, but also about the heart is never tested. And that's why the issue, people feel that what you get as a mark is more important than who you are as a person. Because you should test the head, you should test the heart, you should also test the soul, but also test the physique. This was CBC was meant to. So I'm trying to say that even with this KCP, is this the last KCP?
Yes.
This is the last KCP.
Yeah, the last KCP. Yes. I'm sure that it has shown that was the dark era of KCP. We should just move on to CBC.
Okay, so you're in support of CBC, but we'll be getting to that conversation about whether